Mami, una cosita, yo te doy lo que tú necesitas. Solo quiero que tú seas mía, quiero hacértelo. La luna yo te bajaré, mi corazón te lo daré. Conmigo vas a enloquecer, yo quiero estar contigo.
Hey, Speedy, welcome to the show for everyone. This is Speedy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Makudi will bring you sport moments of your life, and I am Benny Kuji. All right, excuse me. An amazing day. A lot of sporting activity, just like I will say. Lot of sporting activities, lot of banters, lot of cries on the on social media. When you hear the Arsenal fans, they are just wailing on social media. I have spoken to some of my Arsenal fans, and it's just something to behold. Right now, Arsenal, we're talking of the quadruple. From last month, it came to a it wasn't a quadruple again. They were talking about winning 3 trophies, the treble, and then from the treble, it's no longer a treble again. With Arsenal are just gone in for 2 trophies right now, but a lot of things out of that one. A lot of Arsenal fans complaining. A lot of things to talk about that one. I think that is what we want to discuss on the show, because Arsenal right now, the pressure is mounting. Just like we always tell you that when it gets to that moment that it's that moment where the trophy is before you, that is when we know who actually wants to hold that trophy. Now, right now, the Premier League, the Champions League, that is what Arsenal is focusing on. After they lost yesterday, Arsenal lost yesterday to Southampton 2-1, and a lot of things happened. That is definitely what we are discussing on the show today. Arsenal, the team, can they actually handle this pressure of within a couple of weeks, 2 weeks? Within 2 weeks, Arsenal have been bundled out of 2 major trophies, one in the finals and one in the quarterfinals. They are no longer there. Can they handle this pressure, the pressure that is on them? That is the question on the show today. And also we'll be giving you live scores on the game that is going on between West Ham versus Leeds, the FA Cup quarterfinals. Now it's full time, but there's a break. The game is 2-2 right now, and there's a break because definitely there's going to be an extra time. So we'll see who as the team that will be joining. That team that will be joining either Chelsea or Manchester City, Chelsea and Southampton in the semi-finals. West Ham and that one, we will see who is going to join them on that very one. But before we go into all of that, let's bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around you and around the world. Ethiopian athletes dominated the inaugural Yenagoa City International 10-kilometer race in Bayelsa State, with Haptemu Birhani taking the men's title in a commanding fashion. Brehanis crossed the finishing line in 29.23 minutes to claim the top prize of $5,000. Nigeria's Gang James and Francis James followed in second and third place, finishing in 29.59 minutes and 30.16 minutes respectively, earning $3,000 and $2,000. The women's race was similarly controlled by the Ethiopians, with Shiwanye Donga Toloso winning in 33.50 minutes, followed by Tigist Germa with 34.07 minutes, and then Gakisko Jolie finishing with 34.57 minutes to complete the podium sweep. The maiden edition had laid a solid foundation for what promises to be a regular fixture on the African athletics calendar, combining competitive racing with scenic venue and substantial prize purse. Nigeria's Ella Onojovuevo continued her scintillating 2026 season with a blistering 49.59 seconds run over 100 meters at the Battle of the Bayou in Louisiana, setting a new world meet and rewriting the history books. Her performance is the fastest by a Nigerian woman since Falilat Ogunkoya's 49.52 seconds in 1998, and the first sub 50 seconds 400 meter by a Nigerian woman since 1999. Competing at the Louisiana State University, Onojovuevo efforts not only secured victory at the meet but also set an LSU record and the NCAA season lead, and ranked as the 10th fastest time in NCAA history. And back to our topic of discussion. It is Sunday, the 5th of April 2026, and if you are a gunner tuning in today, you might just be doing so through gritted teeth. Less than 24 hours ago, we watched the unthinkable at St. Mary's, a 2-1 defeat to second-tier Southampton. No FA Cup semi-finals, no trip to Wembley, and a chance at a domestic double gone in a puff of smoke. Combine that with last month's heartbreak at the hands of Manchester City in the Carabao Cup finals, and suddenly the trophy cabinet that looks so ready to be filled is looking so a little bit dusty right now. Mikel Arteta's men are 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League. On paper, they are the king of England, but as the injury pile up, Saka, Rice, and now Gabriel Magalhaes limping off, the ghost of the season past are starting to whisper. We've seen this movie before. 3 consecutive runners-up finishes, a bit of blinkering when the lights get brightest, with the Champions League quarterfinal against Sporting CP just 48 hours away and a trip to the Etihad looming on the horizon. The question isn't just about tactics anymore, it's about temperament. After being bundled out of both domestic cups in back-to-back heartbreaks, can Arsenal squad actually handle the pressure? That is our question today. Can this Arsenal squad actually handle the pressure? Are they the champions select playing through a wobble, or are we watching the wheel come off the North London wagon once again? The numbers to call on the show is 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868. You can also be a part of the show when you comment on our Facebook. We are streaming live on Facebook, and the Facebook handle is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. Once you comment there, I'll be here to read your comments live. Okay. I really want to hear from especially the Gunners fan. What is happening to our dear darling Arsenal? Within just 3 weeks, we are nowhere to be found. 2 trophies already gone. We are talking about the quadruple. Now we can't even talk about the treble anymore. We have just 2 trophies to fight for as Gunners. I'm not a Gunners fan, of course, but if you're a Gunners fan, call and let's hear. Can these players you were seeing, can they face this pressure? You know, when it comes to this point in time, just how many games to go, this is when it becomes very, very tough. Can Arsenal actually face this pressure? Looking at the fact that Manchester City is breathing down Arsenal's neck. Any slight mistake, Arsenal may not just win this Premier League, and then there's Champions League. Even let's talk about the Premier League. Next week, this very week we are inside. Arsenal is going to face Sporting CP, and then after that there is again another important game in the Champions League. Can Arsenal actually make that happen? The numbers to call is 0903 648 5868. Hello.
Hello, Speedy, good evening to you, Uncle Benny Kuji.
Hey, Speedy, welcome to the show.
Happy Easter Sunday to you, sir.
I wish you the very best, my brother.
Yours truly, yours faithful, MC Oliver Nikia, better known as Busy Brain, the king of sports.
Okay, Busy Brain, before we go into...
you live and direct in Abenga here in a lady.
Okay, thank you, Busy Brain. Before we go into that, Chelsea is in the next level of the FA Cup. Arsenal is out. Will the pressure now mount on Arsenal?
Yes, I said it before now. That if time is not taken, it's going to be a very difficult season for Arsenal again. If care is not taken, they will still end the season trophyless. They were dominating and topping from firing from all cylinders through the beginning to the middle of the league.
Yes.
But I keep saying this, in a football that is a 90-minute that determines who is a champion or who will smile home with the trophy.
Yes.
So now you can see what is happening. They lose out of the Carabao Cup. They are now passed out of the FA Cup. Now they will still be playing Champions League. Anything can happen. And even the league is still not over yet. So Arsenal fans, they need to be prayerful because anything can happen to them.
Okay, let me just ask you the question. So there are some people that are saying that this is a silver lining for Arsenal, because right now they can just focus on the Champions League and the Premier League. Is it a good thing that they are out of the Carabao Cup and out of the FA Cup?
No, it's not a good thing. In fact, it's a very sad development now for them being out of this league, because nobody knows that a club like Southampton will eliminate Arsenal. So if you tell me that now that Arsenal is out of FA Cup, they are focusing on Champions League, I will categorically tell you that it's more danger and more fire to them, because even in this small league, if they could not win it, it's a bigger one that they will just easily win it. It's going to be a very difficult one. Look at Champions League; it's a game of and the champion. So if you are not a champion before, you will find it difficult to just crossing at that stage and smiling home with the trophy. Many things, they know how to play this very well. When you come to Champions League, the teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, and the Bayern Munich, they are still there. So I don't think they will allow Arsenal to see even the final stage.
Okay.
So if you ask me now that Arsenal is out of Carabao and FA, so it's a good one. They will focus on this league and champion. I say it's more pressure on them.
Okay. Thanks for that one, Busy Brain.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
Okay, Busy Brain is saying it's not actually a nice one that Arsenal are being bundled out of the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Hello?
Hello, Ben. Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Yes, speaking with Tina from Northbank.
Okay, Tina, go on.
This Arsenal this season, we have been saying this over every season. We start off well. At the end, they start having issues towards the end of the season. It happened last season. It happened 2 seasons ago. It happened 3 seasons ago. So it's not the first time we are hearing that. Then everything is FA Cup. To me, I was even seeing the chances of them winning the FA Cup compared to other trophies they have been. They are contending for this season.
Yes.
So then going out of this FA, it's going to be very, very difficult. More especially in the Champions League, when you have so many clubs that are, these European top clubs are still there. When you talk about the Bayern Munich, the Real Madrid, Barcelona, and all that, these people are strong clubs. But you cannot just beat up this success that Arsenal are going to play up to even getting to the final. Looking at the Premier League, the Man City have difficult games as well.
Yes.
But looking at the Premier League, can you also beat yourself that they are going to win? So the whole thing is just boils out that is it the mentality that is not working in the club now or what? Because in the last season, the Gunners fans they let me know that this season, especially off week, having so many players that are occupying the position which they are lacking in other previous seasons, that maybe the midfielder, maybe if the defensive midfielder is out, they don't have a replacement.
Yes.
But I think they have tried in every possible way get every position to have at least 1 or 2 players there. And we don't really know what is happening to the league. I'm just saying that they are still the mentality of winning that trophy is still not in them yet. Yeah. Yes, because the FA is something that everybody knew that if Arsenal can get to this point, they are definitely winning it. Because it was that mentality when Arsene Wenger was in the club.
Yes.
So now that is not even there, it's clapped out, and we don't really know what will happen in the Premier League.
Now, let me just ask you something, Tina, before I let you go. Now, Arsenal were firing on all fronts. The Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Champions League, the Premier League. Right now, they are out of 2 competitions. Won't this be an advantage for them to just focus? I think if you ask any Arsenal fan, they will tell you their priority is the Premier League, and if the Champions League comes in, good and fine. But their priority has always been the Premier League. Won't this be an avenue for their players to rest and face the Premier League? Hello?
I don't really see that as an advantage. For me, I'm just seeing it like getting to this time when they start mounting pressure on themselves. For me, that is just what I'm seeing.
All right.
That's happening.
Okay, thanks for that one, Tina. Okay, Tina he's saying that she is not even sure that is even an advantage for Arsenal. Hello? Sorry, you can just call us back. That line is not too clear for us. Okay, Tina in the last call said Arsenal been not available for the other competitions because they've been bundled out. The FA Cup, the Carabao Cup may not be an advantage for them. Okay, we have another caller. Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Mwesi Patrick calling from North Bank.
Okay, Mwesi, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, Mwesi, hit us up. Let's hear from you.
Well, for me, I don't see Arsenal winning anything this season as well.
Wow.
Well, that's
okay, talk to me.
Yes, I don't see them winning anything again.
Mm.
I mean, we all thought they would get it right in the Premier League, right? And you can see, even as of last season, we thought at some point they were going to win the trophy, and they couldn't.
Mm.
They were not having injury crisis compared to what they are facing currently.
But last season, Arsenal had a whole lot of injury crisis. This season, of course, there are injury crisis, but they had players to fill in those spaces.
Yes. Even at that, when you have the likes of Saka not being there, and I feel it. No, even if Saka was not an injury, I feel they wouldn't still have lifted it at the end of the season. Yes. You see them struggle. They're just like maybe someone is running fast to go and stop at a particular destination, and the persons that were just coming slow will come and meet them and then take over from there. That is what is happening with that club.
So for you, you just feel that Arsenal will always bottle, and that is what Arsenal are there for.
Yes, I don't see them doing anything.
Okay, now let's look at this. When you talk about the statistical edge, the defense, still when you talk about the defense in England right now, Arsenal still have one of the best defense. Won't this actually carry them through?
Carry them through to Premier League?
Yes,
Champions League.
Both the Champions League and the Premier League.
So Premier League is really going to be a tough one. They might be 9 points ahead of City, but I think City have a game at hand, right?
Yes.
So that means if City happens to win, it's going to be just 6 points remaining. They still have this City that won them in the Carabao Cup to play with in the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very tough one for Arsenal for the Premier League. And then when you come to Champions League, we still have a lot of teams there. The likes of Madrid, Bayern Munich, and then Barcelona. I don't see Arsenal winning anything.
Okay. Thank you for that one, Nwesi.
Thank you.
Okay. Another fan calling in, another caller saying that Arsenal. 3 times I'm calling Arsenal. You are not going to win this league. But what is your take on this? What is it? Let's hear from you. Okay, we have another caller. Hello.
Good evening, Benny Kuji.
Good evening and welcome to the show. Okay, Ugonoemos, go on.
Yes. Arsenal should focus on the Premier League. Yes.
So if they focus on the Premier League, do you see them winning that Premier League?
Yes. If they put all their attention on the Premier League, they will win it. Now that they are out of the FA Cup and they lost the Carabao Cup to Man City, the Champions League will be very hard to them because I've seen many teams there. So they should concentrate on the Premier League in order to get a trophy this season.
Okay, that's a nice advice from you. Okay, he said Arsenal should just focus on the Premier League. That is, I think I've spoken to some Arsenal fans, and they are always telling me that what their focus is, what they want to win is the Premier League. Let's just take this last call before we go into the next segment. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Ben Kuji.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, Sylvester from North Bank.
Okay, Sylvester, a very quick one.
All right. I wish Arsenal very successful season this year. Let them try as much as possible to just focus on the Premier League and the last caller just said.
All right.
Because the Champions League is an uphill task for them. You can't know that one. I'm very sure of that.
All right. Thanks for that one.
They can do their best to make sure they win the Premier League.
All right. Thanks for that one. Okay. It's saying Arsenal should just focus on the Premier League. Okay, let's just go and give you the matches that have been played today so far. Yesterday I gave the results for yesterday's matches, so let's just go and give the matches that have been played in various leagues across Europe so far. Today in Germany, Union Berlin played a 1-1 draw with St. Pauli, and then Eintracht Frankfurt played a 2-2 draw with FC Cologne. In Italy, Cremonese lost to Bologna 2-1. A lot of red cards in going on today. Cremonese had red card, Bologna had red cards, St. Pauli had red card, and Nets. Okay, that one is in France. They also have a red card. And then in Spain, Itafe defeated Atletico Bilbao 2-0. Valencia lost to Celta Figo 3-2. And then Oviedo currently playing Sevilla. Sevilla with a red card already, 60th minute. And Oviedo is already winning 1-0. Later on today, Alaves will be playing Osasuna. Okay. In the game between in the FA Cup, other match that didn't play in the FA Cup, it has resumed and is still 2-2. I think yes, West Ham versus excuse me, West Ham versus Leeds, 107th minute, and is still 2-2 draw. I think that is how that one will end. I'm just thinking that maybe that one will just end that way. Okay. This is the much we can take on the show. But before we go, let me just give my own take on the Arsenal game. I think the Arsenal squad is very talented and they are good enough to win the league. But that mental strength to carry them through this lowest point, I think Arteta just have to work on that. And let's see how they play against Sporting on Tuesday. And then during the weekend, we can say this is what Arsenal can do. From me to you, as always, I will say, God bless your heart. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Él te jura un falso amor, es un abusador. Juega con tu corazón, sabes decir que no. ¿Cómo decirte que te quiero? Que muero por tu amor. Yo no he perdido la ilusión, ni el tiempo ni la razón. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, el que trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Tu cuerpo y el mío juntitos bailando. Tu boca y la mía felices gozando. Vas moviendo la cintura, sube la temperatura. Yo te regalo mi universo, ya no lo pienses más. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye.
As King Radio 98.5 Speed.